What's going on, everyone? Eric here, and in this video I'm going to show you guys everything you need to know about the Metatrader 4 platform for you to get started in Forex trading. So go ahead and stay tuned. So as some of you may know, Metatrader 4 is actually available as a phone app and a desktop application. So we're going to go ahead and go over both during this video. One more side note before we get started. The information that I'm about to go over is specifically tailored for people that are going to be using Eaconomy's suite of products. If you've never heard of Eaconomy's products, feel free to reach out to me. In short, there's some pretty awesome services that are able to make the process of learning to trade much easier for the newest person. If you have heard of Eaconomy's products and you've decided that they're not for you, feel free to continue watching the video. You're sure to get a lot of value from it either way, but if you're not going to be using these products, you'll likely need to watch a few more videos before you get started trading on your own. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the computer first. Let's do it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to do is download MT4, and as soon as you've downloaded it and installed it, you can go ahead and open it. Alright, so with every new installation of MT4, you're going to first be getting this pop-up box that prompts you to log in to your broker account. For the sake of this demonstration, I just went ahead and made a new FX Choice demo account. If you're using a different broker, you can go ahead into this bottom box, type in your broker, and click scan, and it will search for it. But for now, since we know I'm doing FX Choice, I'll just select it and click next. Now it's an existing trading account. I've made the account already. So I'll go ahead and enter my login information, and I'll click finish when I'm done with that. So you should hear that bell noise when you get a successful login. So first thing we'll do is we'll open up these side boxes so that you can get a better view of what's going on, and we'll go through them one by one. We'll start over here in the top left with this Market Watch box. So this box is going to be where you go to open new charts. You can see a huge list of currency pairs in here. We've got 4 open right now, but if let's say I wanted to open a 5th, I would find the one that I wanted to open. For this demonstration, we'll use the USD CAD, the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, and we'll go ahead and right click it and click chart window. Now you can see it opened up a window right away. I'll go ahead and full screen it so that you can see a little better what's going on. Another thing to know about this Market Watch window is that if you want to remove a pair from the list, you can go ahead and select it and press delete. You can delete as many as you want. You can delete the whole list. When it comes freshly loaded, it's going to have the list of every currency pair that your broker allows trading on. So I usually will go ahead and delete the list down to the currency pairs that I trade frequently. If you accidentally delete one that you meant to keep, you can go ahead and click below the bottom one in the list, double click it, a box will appear, and you can type in the currency pair that you want to add back, press enter, and it will appear. Final thing about the Market Watch tab is this button up here, the white one with the up and down arrows in it, is the button that coincides with this tab. If you click this button, the Market Watch tab will disappear. Click it again and it will reappear. Alright, next we'll go ahead and go through the Navigator tab. In this top portion, the accounts portion, you'll find a history of every trading account that you've logged into on this Metatrader 4 platform. Since this is a fresh install of the platform, you can see that there's only one account in the list. But some of my other platforms that I've been using for longer have multiple accounts in here, and this list can be a very convenient way to switch between trading accounts. The next one down here is the indicators, and you can open that up and find a whole list of indicators that you can add to the charts. We'll go ahead and pick RSI as an example. You can click it, drag it onto the chart, click OK, and you'll see now that there's an RSI box in your chart. If you want to remove that, go ahead and right click and you can click delete indicator window and it'll go away. And we'll go ahead and collapse this again. And the third one that you need to know is the expert advisors. We can go ahead and expand it. If you plan to use an expert advisor or trading software of any sort, that software is going to appear within this expert advisors drop-down menu after you've installed the files in the correct folders. After you've done that, you can just click on your expert advisor and drag it onto the chart the same way you did with the indicator. If you are going to be using expert advisors or trading software, you'll need to know this auto trading button as well. You can click it on to enable auto trading. See this little circle went green, and click it again to disengage auto trading. This button is going to be like your on-off switch for the software that you choose to use. One final note here, this folder with the star is the button that corresponds to the Navigator tab. So you can go ahead and click that and it will disappear, click it again and it will reappear. Next, we'll go ahead and move down to the terminal here. There are really only two tabs within the terminal that you need to know, and it's the Trade tab and the Account History tab. The Trade tab is going to be where you go to see every active trade that's currently open in your account. As soon as you close a trade, it will then appear in your Account History tab. So the Trade tab is for current open trades, the Account History tab is for closed trades, past trades. And then final note on the terminal, it's going to be this button here next to the Navigator tab button, the blue and white square here. If you click that, it will disappear, click it again and it will reappear. Now let's go ahead and jump into the charts here. I'll zoom in so you can see these candlesticks a little better. I always recommend using candlesticks. I think they're the easiest form of chart to read. And the first thing you want to know about charts is these boxes up here, all the numbers and letters here. M1, M5, H1, these are all the different time frames that you can set your charts to. If you select M1, each one of these candlesticks is going to correspond to 1 minute of data. M15, each candlestick will be equivalent to 15 minutes of data. H1, each candlestick will represent an hour of data. D1 will be 1 day of data per candlestick, and so on and so forth. W1 is week, MN is month. All of these time frames are useful for different trading strategies, and the strategy that you choose to use is going to play a huge role in the time frame that you choose to leave your charts set up in. For the sake of this demonstration, we'll just go ahead and leave it on D1. Now we'll go over to the right side of the screen here and you can see all these numbers going up and down. And there's one number that's in a black box. This number in the black box represents the current exchange rate represented by this chart. And this chart is the USD CAD, the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. So at this time, one US dollar is worth 1.31286 Canadian dollars. And as you can see over the last little while, the exchange rate's gone up a little bit and then come back down. So if you were to place a trade on this currency pair, you would buy it if you thought that the exchange rate was going to go up. And you would sell it if you thought the exchange rate was going to go down. So for the sake of demonstration, I'll go ahead and place a trade on this pair so you can see what that looks like. There are two ways to do it. The first way is to go find this little triangle in the top left corner of the chart window. Click it and these two buy and sell buttons will appear. You can control the lot size with these up or down arrows. I'll go ahead and type one in manually. And for the sake of this demonstration, we'll just go ahead and buy it. So with this method, you can only do market execution trades, trades that are executed right now in the market. So I'll buy it, have to accept the one-click terms and conditions, click buy again, and you can see there's a trade placed. And if I go over to the trade tab down here, you can see that there's an active trade. It's down 76 cents in fees, but we don't really care about that. That's just a demonstration. And then for the purposes of the demonstration as well, you can go ahead and click the X here to close the trade. And now that trade will appear in your account history tab. And that's one way of placing a trade. The other way to place a trade is if you just go ahead and right click on the chart window, you can go to this trading area and click new order and it'll open up this box. This box is a little bit more robust than the other method. In here you have the ability to write in your stop loss and your take profit. You can also choose between market execution or pending orders. For most people, if you're just using compass alerts, you'll probably be doing market execution trades. But as you progress into some more advanced strategies, maybe you find something interesting in one of the groups, you may get into pending orders. If you do, go ahead and Google them. I'm not going to cover them here, but from this point, you can still go ahead and click buy by market. And one other thing to look at as far as placing trades is if you want to place your own stop losses and take profits by hand, you can actually click and drag. Since this is a buy, the stop loss goes below. You can see it says SL. And since this is a buy, the take profit will go above. You can see it says TP. And while I could press the X here to get out of the trade, I'll go ahead and right click on the trade and click close. And now you see another trade has appeared in our account history tab. And one last thing to go over is, as you can see here, I have 5 chart windows open right now. If you're looking to be trading on multiple pairs at once, it can be a little bit of a pain to have to continue to click through all of these charts repetitively. So what you can do is you can go up here next to the magnifying glass buttons. There's this button here that's called the Arrange button, and if you click it, it will evenly distribute all of your charts amongst the screen space that you have available so that you can watch all of your charts at once. And I think that's about it for the desktop version of MT4. I hope you guys were able to get some value out of that. Next up, we're going to go ahead and jump into the phone here, and we'll go over the phone app. Alright, so after downloading the MT4 app, you'll go ahead and select it to open it. If it is a fresh download of the MT4 app, they'll go ahead and open up a Metaquote demo account for you. If you'd like to log into your own, you can go to this menu, which I access via the upper left hand here. One note, I am on an Android, so this will look a little bit different on an iPhone. But you'll go ahead and click Manage Accounts. You'll click the plus sign in the top right, log in to an existing account, and you'll find your broker. Like I said when we were going over the desktop version, I'm using FX Choice right now. I'll select the server that my demo account is on, and again, I will log in. So now you can see that it's logged into my demo account. You can see that the balance has shifted based on the couple of trades that we took in the last example. And we'll go ahead and run through these tabs on the bottom here. On the farthest left one, the one with the 2 arrows, that's going to be the equivalent to the Market Watch tab. If you would like to add a currency pair, you can click the plus button and search for it and find it. If you'd like to delete a currency pair, you can press the pencil, press the trash can, and select the pair that you wish to delete, press the trash can again, and then back up and it's gone. If you would like to open a chart from here, you'll go ahead and press and hold on the currency pair that you want to open the chart for and click Open Chart. And it will take you over to the next tab over. You can see at the bottom that now the icon with the candlesticks is lit up, indicating that I'm looking at the chart. From the Chart tab, I can click on this italic F at the top, and from here I can add different indicators. If I click on the money sign with the arrows, that's going to be how I cycle through the different currency pairs that I have available. If I click on the clock, that's going to be how I cycle through my time frames. And if I click on this button in the top right, the one that looks like the piece of paper with the plus sign, that's going to be where I go to place a trade. So I'll go ahead and do it. Same thing as before, I'm not going to bother entering my stop loss or take profit. I'll click buy. It says it's done. Now it'll take me over to the trade tab, which we'll return to in a sec, but if I click back over to the chart tab, you can see now that there is a trade. You can see buy 0.1 on the chart. So now back over to the right, one more over to the right to the trade tab, you can see this is where the active trades are. And if I go ahead and hold this active trade and press close, I can close it as it is, press done. And now if I go one more over to the one that looks like a box, this is the account history tab. And now you can see all the trades that have been opened and closed on this account and the profit or loss that they have resulted in. When you're on this tab, you actually have the ability to organize your account history in a few different ways. If you press the top right button, the one that looks like a calendar, you can select which period of time you want it to show. Since this account has only been open today, there's only use in showing today's, but if you have an account that's been open for longer, go ahead and check out the last week, last month, last 3 months, or even a custom time period. You can move over one to the up and down arrows, and from here you'll be able to tell MT4 to organize your history tab by the time that the trades were closed, the time that they were opened, their order number, which currency pair they're on, that's the symbol, or how much profit they made. And if you click each of these, you can organize them by ascending or descending order. Same thing can be done over on the trade tab over here. With this up and down arrows, you can organize them in these 4 ways: the order number, the time that it was opened, the symbol or currency pair, and the amount of profit. And then lastly, from the trade tab, if you see in the top right here, the piece of paper with the plus sign, you can actually place trades from this tab. And that should about cover it. Hope you guys were able to get some value from that video. I know that the phone overview was a lot shorter than the overview for the desktop application, but I know there was a lot of overlap between them. So I figured you guys would probably be able to figure out the similarities between the two, so I didn't have to go over each individual detail. Either way, feel free to reference this video as much as you want. This should have all the information in it that you need to get going with Eaconomy's products. Have a good one.